Saga is a small city in Kyushu, the southern island of Japan. In Kyushu, drift is the most popular form of motorsport, so naturally there are many places you can find people practicing. Even when it's raining, drifters head out to the popular winding roads at Sufuriyama, near Saga. It's a long drive, so sometimes they get restless on the way there. There are 4 sections of road used for drift. The first is the easiest and most popular, but Daisuke and his buddies prefer more challenging corners. After trying the second section, they decided the third section might be better. It's just so dark up here, especially when it's clouded over. Unfortunately, the rain is getting heavier, so it's very hard to control the more powerful Cresta. Finally, the rain was just too heavy, so we headed home. After all, there was an official drift meeting on the very next day. The Sekia Hills circuit is the most popular drift track in Kyushu. You can come and practice almost any day of the week, but serious meetings are once a fortnight. Some of the more serious cars arrive on trucks, but most competitors are using their daily driver. The most popular model is, naturally, the Nissan S13, like this 180SX from Taku Forklift. Taku is a workshop combined with a wrecking yard, so they do good business here. Wide rims are essential to look like a top drifter, so wide body kits are also very popular. Glossy paint is a secondary matter. Sometimes guards are flared by hand to provide just barely enough clearance. Front bumpers are usually held on with zip ties, so they won't damage the guards when they get torn off. There's a driver's meeting before the drift commences, but the rules are fairly vague. Just try not to kill each other, seems to be the main point. And grab your friend's ass if the tension is too much. The track is still wet from last night's rain, but 70 drift cars soon sweep away the water. Even on a wet track, some cars drift very close together. This S14 from Tyre Select had more power than most, which you can spot from the amount of tyre smoke. Team drift is the most impressive to watch, with up to 4 cars trying to match each other's line. Here's that fat RX-7. They're a popular drift car, but not as easy to control as an S13. Front-wheel drive cars are a different challenge altogether, but sooner or later, every driver messes it up. To really appreciate what it's like, however, you need to get inside the car. This is Isho-san, one of the top drifters in Kyushu. And there's Daisuke. We'll ride with him next. Unfortunately, Ishio always drives with the windows down, so there's not much we can do about the wind noise. Ishio Silvia has a 180 SX nose, so they call it a 1-veer. The SR20 engine has an S14 turbo, big intercooler and tuned RON. It's set up for maximum torque rather than outright power, so it's easy to get the rear wheel spinning. For most corners, just a flick of the steering wheel and a jab at the accelerator is enough to get the tail out. The handbrake is only used to help tighten the car's line when the fast corner becomes sharper. Steering is important, but more critical is throttle control. Modulating the throttle helps keep a slight amount of grip at the rear end, so you don't spin right around. Notice that second and third are the only gears you need on this track. The only problem with having so many cars on the track is sometimes you have to slow down because of a crashed car. Daisuke's Crazy Corolla is hard work to drift, with less torque and no power steering. Daisuke says he prefers a wet track just because the steering becomes lighter, so he was actually disappointed when the track dried out. As you can see, without the mid-range torque of an SR20 turbo, he really has to flick the car to get it drifting. This technique makes it much harder to avoid spinning. Looks dangerous, drifting at a circuit is generally quite safe. The speed is rarely more than 80 km per hour, even though the tyres may be spinning at 130 km per hour. Once again, crash cars slow things down.